But, you know, it is night now, 2016, and it's a good chance to look at because we had a good matchup here tonight between the USL's FC Cincinnati and the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah, and there's some players on FC Cincinnati that will be familiar to the fans here in Tampa Bay area, starting with Mitch Hildebrandt, the keeper formerly of Minnesota United. Started all but one match for FC Cincinnati this year, 2 clean sheets on the year. Cincy have conceded 10 goals in the USL regular season. The Rowdies will have to test him tonight if they want to move on to Columbus on the 15th. And of course, Sean Oakley leads the team with 4 goals on the season. He started all but one game for FC Cincy this year. He'll be the lone striker up top. Started his pro career with the Seattle Sounders. Spent 2015 with the New England Revolution. Made 5 appearances with that club before moving over to FC Cincinnati. So that's who the Rowdies will be defending tonight. How about Joe Cole? What a season he's had to start to come over for the Rowdies. He had a goal and an assist in their big win in Minnesota, the 2-0 win on the weekend in league play, and he loves the competition. He knows all about it in England, playing in the FA Cup over there, so he's excited to play in his first U.S. Open Cup game tonight. He'll run that midfield. Junior Burgos, he comes in for Michael Nanchoff. He's had a little bit of an injury bug this season, so good to see him in full fitness and get some valid minutes under Stuart Campbell. Of course, he is on loan all season, and he will move to Atlanta when they move on to Major League Soccer. So we'll look for him and see what he can do creatively in the midfield for them tonight, Mike.
There's a couple of those key starters from that matchup. We'll take a look at the rest of the starting lineup as well as the referees here as we get started in just a couple minutes with the Lamar Hunt 2016 U.S. Open Cup from Al Lang Stadium between the Tampa Bay Rowdies and FC Cincinnati.
Taste the feeling.
Rowdies! Goal! Tommy Hanneman on a great ball! The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, they kick the ball around. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, and then they fall on the ground. Oh, Rowdies, the Rowdies, the Rowdies are a kick in the grass. When the Rowdies play soccer, it's a sight to behold. You'll swear they'll be devils with magical toes. You'll laugh, you'll cheer, you'll leap from your seat when they kick with their head instead of their feet. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, they kick the ball around. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, and then they fall on the ground. Oh, the Rowdies, the Rowdies, the Rowdies are a kick in the grass. When the Tampa Bay Rowdies take the field, there's a roar. The fans.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to St. Petersburg, Florida, where it's Al Lang Stadium and the Tampa Bay Rowdies and FC Cincinnati. Mike Pepper and Lee Godfrey here as we get ready for kickoff here in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. And Lee, let's get a good look at the formations here as we get started tonight.
Yeah, the FC Cincinnati having a fantastic season in the USL this year. Hildebrandt in goal for them, Oakley up top, and there you see a former member of Toronto FC and teammate of Eric Avila's, Andrew Wiedemann on that right-hand side. He has 3 goals this year for FC Cincinnati. Walker will captain John Hark's side, and for your Tampa Bay Rowdies, a little bit different today, a 4-3-3. 3 changes from Saturday night's game against Minnesota. Georgi Ristov up top. Walter Ramirez comes in on the left-hand side. Junior Burgos in for Michael Nanchoff. And Ben Sweat is in for the injured Zach Portillos.
Well, as Tamika Mkandawiri is the captain, as well as Kenny Walker. They're getting ready to set. We'll check them in the third person of our broadcast crew, and that's Heather Donnelly down on the sideline. Heather?
Hi, Mike. Excitement for tonight's game is high, especially with the Rowdies coming off their 2-0 win this past weekend in Minnesota. Almost all of the tickets for tonight's game have been distributed. There's even a small contingent of FC Cincinnati fans in the front row on the far side of the stadium. There was some rain earlier today in the Tampa and St. Pete areas, which may have scared a few fans off, but it's a beautiful night out tonight, and we're expecting a great crowd here at Al Lang Stadium. Guys?
Thank you, Heather. And the referees there with the captains right now going through the motions there as Mkandawiri and Walker are set. Here at Al Lang Stadium, it is mostly an east-west. You can see we are going to be very color-infused tonight as Cincinnati will be wearing their blue and orange with the white trim jerseys, along with the blue shorts and the orange socks. And the Rowdies in the traditional green and yellow hoops, along with the green shorts. It will match those hooped shirts and hooped socks. Looks like we will switch sides. We'll get into that in just a moment, but let's get a good look at the officials tonight. Rubiel Vazquez, your center official. Your Lions are Daniel Gutierrez and Hassan Belmnahia, and Janessa Gunn is your fourth official. As we get ready to get started, Cincinnati looks like they may have won the toss. As we go and we find out through our regular season throughout the 7:30 p.m. kickoff, the east goal, and it's kind of more of a southeast, will have a little bit of sunshine in the face of the goalkeeper tonight. It'll be Matt Pickens and the Rowdies, and they'll have to defend that probably for about the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game before the sun goes behind the buildings. The teams right now in the huddles, but it is something. So Cincinnati didn't miss the scouting report on the location of the field, Lee, and that's where they get started tonight.
No, they didn't, and it's funny that you say that as we look at the head coach of FC Cincinnati, John Harkes, a longtime member of the U.S. national team, played throughout MLS and a couple of stops in England as well. Matt Pickens, as you see there, did have some trouble with that sunlight in his face in the opening minutes of that last home game against Rayo OKC in a 1-1 draw. So that's what FC Cincinnati is looking to take advantage of early here, so they're going to want to come out quickly, as Stuart Campbell is a happy man after coming off that 2-0 win in Minnesota. That ends their 14-game win streak at home, and they had not conceded a goal at home until that point. So outstanding for the Rowdies, who come off another 3 points on the road, which was badly needed to stay in contention, at least for the total points portion of playoffs for the soccer bowl.
Well, and it was a big win, and in doing so, you'll find most of the same starters. A couple of guys replaced due to injury. Zach Portillo has a lower leg injury, and find out more on his status a little bit later in the week, as well as Michael Nanchoff, who was going through the motions, at least the rehab motions beforehand. For FC Cincinnati, they'll look up top for Okoli, and the loose ball now falls, and it was dropped to the header. Corbin Bone takes it. It goes off the head of Neil Collins, and it'll be a corner kick here for Cincinnati, is Bone not shy to shoot from about 30 yards out.
A smart play, and it's a quick early set piece for FC Cincinnati, and we just talked about that sunlight, and you're going to see Matt Pickens probably with his one arm just trying to block some of that sunlight coming in off of this corner kick. So a smart play to have a shot at goal early in this game for Cincinnati and earn this corner kick.
Well, Tyler Pollock will come up from his left back position. Left foot in swinger will be the case. As you see jostling going on, but it'll be a short corner. Now to Bone, who puts it in, goes off the foot of Guerra, and now chasing it down. It's a foot race. Cincinnati will get to it first. Ball to be played back by Tomaselli, sending it back across to Pollock, who drops it down. Loose ball now into Cincinnati. Wiedemann has it, and the FC Cincinnati will now get into the area.
Good start here by FC Cincinnati, Mike. We've seen the Rowdies come out to slow starts numerous times here at Al Lang Stadium. It has to be frustrating for Stuart Campbell that the away team has had the better opportunities early in matches, and it's been the Rowdies who have had to fight back to get into the match. You want to dictate the play at home.
Well, this is Walter Ramirez getting his first start of the year, and he'll earn a free kick right in front of the Rowdies bench.
Khalif Al-Hassan getting a break. He set up Joe Cole's first goal as a member of the Rowdies Saturday in Minnesota. A nice cross, an easy open header for Joe Cole. He also assisted on the second goal as the flag goes up here, which earned him not only NASL Team of the Week honors, but also NASL Player of the Week.
Georgie whistled off sides as Collins looking up high.
I like Georgie Ristov playing up top, Mike. I think he covers a little more ground with his pace than Tommy Heineman or Mwanga, because those are such big guys. As we take another look at this offside here, just a little bit ahead of the play, but I like the pace that Georgie Ristov brings up top for the Rowdies.
King plays it off of McLaughlin. Joe Cole into Collins. He'll use Matt Pickens, and Pickens uses the left foot. Just has to get rid of it quickly. Big header won by Cincinnati, but now the second ball will go out, and can Ristov. Georgie keeps it in. And he'll look for a little help. He's got Burgos. Burgos will get it out wide to Ramirez.
I'd like to see a switch here. Eric Avila is calling on that on the right-hand side, looking to make a run. Rowdies have to be aware of that, and there the ball does go over to that side, but just a little behind to Darnell King.
King now into Avila. Eric Avila will whip it into the box. Ristov tries to go down. Header won there by Delbridge and sent towards midfield. Tam Makandawiri will run it down. He'll get it to Collins. The center backs will switch the field. Now into Ben Sweat. Sweat is in for Portillo's. Now the ball over the top, and there's Georgie. He's onside into the corner, waiting on help from Ramirez, who cuts inside. Now he'll wait behind him. Cut back across. There's Joe Cole, about 30 yards out. He'll keep it going out wide to Darnell King. Rowdy's trying to get into the area, want to send it across. Now it's Avila. Avila now to the back post, and actually right towards the goalkeeper Hildebrandt. And Hildebrandt will try a quick drop kick, and it's going to go all the way back to Pickens. Hildebrandt tried to get a little ambitious at that point in time, and Bone wasn't going with the run at the same time.
Yeah, and Eric Avila would want to do a little bit better. I'm surprised that Darnell King didn't swing it into the box when he made his run. He cut back to the top and passed it off instead. So
there it is, 81 degrees here at kickoff, but that humidity, very, very hot and humid here in Tampa, or at least in St. Petersburg. It is Tampa Bay area, but action down here in downtown St. Petersburg is part of the community. Long ball for Georgie, and has to be headed out of bounds as Paul Nicholson gets there first. Georgie will look to take the throw. He'll wait now for Ben Sweat to come up from his left back position.
important game here for Ben Sweat as well, coming in for the injured Zach Portillos. Of course, Portillos had an injury early in the season, and that's why Sweat came in. And Sweat made a few mistakes in the games that he was in, and the moment that Zach Portillos was ready to come back, he did. So Ben Sweat's gonna have to really work hard and be aware where he's at and where other players are at on the pitch, because that really is going to be his position now. And it'll be interesting to see if he can keep his mental factors and his positioning in line, or else there is a player like a Jeremy Hall waiting on the bench to be able to come in and earn a spot. So depth is good for the Rowdies.
Well, now Georgie tries to go over to Ramirez. Speaking of the bench, Rowdies fans will see for the first time, although it's the second time this season, Freddie Adu is among the 18.
And I talked to Stuart Campbell yesterday, Mike, about Freddie Adu, and he was very honest with me and just said there's been a couple of things that I've talked to Freddie about and what he needs to do.
Wiedemann now has it here, and a very dangerous opportunity as that ball went over towards the corner. Sweat was trying to run him down, and Cincinnati did a good job of putting the ball back on the far post to get a good look at Freddie. Yeah,
and Stuart just said they've had that conversation, and he was on the bench in Minnesota, and he would like, depending on how this game goes, to get him some minutes tonight.
Cincinnati with a throw deep in the corner. Wiedemann has it, tries to turn. He'll still keep possession. Marked there by Sweat and Ramirez. It will go off of Sweat, and it will be a throw in for Cincinnati.
Darwin Espinal is another one that's not on the bench or with the team at the moment. So he is on national team duty at a tournament in South Korea. So a little far away to make the appearance tonight.
It's a long way. Now a big shot and a big save by Pickens. Cincinnati with a great opportunity as that ball came across, and a left-footed volley. That looked like the captain, Walker, who came up, and Matt Pickens had to be sharp going down to his left.
Boy, he certainly did, Mike. He had a lot of space and a lot of time to get that shot off. Matt Pickens bails the Rowdies out again.
And this ball towards the top of the 18, and Ramirez will run it down. Walter Ramirez. Waits on Burgos, he'll give it to him. Junior to go forward into Joe Cole. Cole takes it about 30 yards out into Avila. Eric Avila in the box. He'll try and play it across. Now a challenge headed away by Cincinnati, but Cole can't quite get to it, and now Cincinnati with possession. Pollock up. We'll roll back to the Rowdies captain, Tam McCandawiri. Tamika McCandawiri. We'll just call him Tam for my purposes. To the 9th minute, we're still scoreless. Ball played towards the corner. It'll be a Cincinnati throw deep into their own end.
So look at that last play, Mike. Quick off the throw in. Good turn by Oakley to get it into Walker. And he smashes that with the left foot bounce, and Matt Pickens there to be able to make the save. And luckily, Collins was there to clear that away on the rebound.
Ball in, and now Juan Guerra with the loose ball. Out to Ramirez. He's one-on-one out wide now. Cincinnati's got a little help, but he'll play it across towards the top of the area, and Burgos can't control it. It will roll back to Sweat. Then Sweat looks to switch it. Eric Avila with a little space. Brings it down with his chest. Now tries to go 1-2. Burgos and Georgie. Georgie, a little room to turn. Not able to get a shot off, though, but he'll find Ramirez wide. Walter Ramirez out there marked by McMahon. Down to the end line, and now pulled across. Cleared out by Nicholson. And now kept on going by Bone. Darnell King with the loose ball. He's got a couple of defenders on him, and he's fortunate to earn a throw there. If he lost it there, it would have been a good opportunity for Cincinnati. Into Joe Cole. Cole back to Avila.
Watch Cole's passing, Mike. He rarely misses a pass. This is a wayward opportunity from Junior Burgos. Up to a certain point, the last home game against Ryo OKC, he was 100% on every one of his pass attempts, and that's what the veteran from England will bring to this Rowdy side, and what FC Cincinnati have to be very aware of.
Burgos had a little space, but the shot went about 15 yards high. Pointed to the bench. I don't think Stuart Campbell minded too much. He thought he just had a better option. Now a long ball sent in, and Sweat intercepts that from Tomaselli. Then Sweat, a little space, and he'll dribble it up to give it to Ramirez. He kept his run going, and now he'll have to go backwards with Ramirez. The Rowdies in full force tonight as Georgie is onside into the area. He's in behind the defender. Georgie cuts it back. Shot goal! Georgie Ristov has given the Rowdies a 1-0 lead.
That is exactly what the Tampa Bay Rowdies needed, Mike. What a great effort from Georgie Ristov. I almost thought that he was going to make one too many moves, but instead he held on to the ball, was able to get into the middle of the box, and he let that one rip, and no mistake. No chance for Hildebrandt there, and the Rowdies get a 1-0 lead on their first shot on target of the game. As we take another look at it, Neil Collins with the ball forward right over the top. I love this being a little more direct from the Rowdies. Beautiful ball, great little move there by Georgie, and he just smashes that with the right foot into the corner.
He went high. Hildebrandt was going down to his left and maybe held his ground, but sometimes as a goalkeeper, when the player's 10 yards out, you just got to try and guess. And the Rowdies taking this 1-0 lead.
What a fantastic ball from Neil Collins. And that is one thing that's been lacking sometimes from the Rowdies this season. I like that, to be a little more direct. He goes right over the top and right to the feet of Georgie Ristov.
Well, Coley was offsides for Cincinnati. Now the Rowdies trying to come out of the back. Coley pressuring Tam, and he'll look long for Georgie. Georgie running down into the corners. Georgie working hard here tonight, and he's offside as that long ball came from Tam. Georgie on the challenge, and here's another good look here at the goal, this time from behind here, Lee.
Yeah, you just see him cut across there, and he just rifles that, and it goes through everyone. But it's the ball right here from Collins that is just a perfect ball over the top that he's able to find Georgie Ristoff. That is a long ball, and just a perfect bounce there, picked up nicely by Georgie Ristoff, and he makes no mistake.
Well, from that view behind the goal, as you mentioned, Hildebrandt, if he just held his ground and stood up, maybe, but as a goalkeeper, you can't blame him for that. You're just trying to guess it, but he had help through the sliding defender. I think was one of those at the end of the day, even though Hildebrandt goes, all right, I know I couldn't say that, but maybe I could have done better. But Georgie is giving the Rowdies the 1-0 lead. I've been sweat and pressure here with the Rowdies.
That's exactly what you need at home, Mike, as you can hear how much that just energizes the crowd too, as that 12th man, and it just helps them out. It's what they've needed at home all this season. Strike first, strike early. Avila
challenges Polak. Polak able to play it out, but it will be a throw for the Rowdies. They'll throw it quickly in. King to Burgos. Burgos doesn't have a lot. Able to find Avila, and Avila loses it. Some numbers here for Cincinnati if they choose to go forward. Big chasing back, and McLaughlin running down towards the corner. 3 green and yellow shirts force him to go backwards.
You don't expect Cincinnati to back down here whatsoever. They're 3-1-1 on the road this year in USL, and in preseason at Bradenton's IMG Academy, they came back in extra time. They were down 1-0 to New York City FC of Major League Soccer in preseason and beat New York City FC by a score of 2-1 after the 90th minute. So this is a team that's got some heart. They're not going to give up.
Whipped in, headed down. Now Ramirez will get to it. And as a first-year team, too, that's pretty impressive. Of course, we saw NYCFC as part of the Suncoast Open here at the start of the year. With the Rowdies and 6 MLS teams. They drew with Montreal on that night.
Eric Villa on the ball there as the teams are both walking out onto the pitch to start this game. Avila was at the end of the line, walking right upside his former teammate now on FC Cincinnati, and Andrew Wiedemann. They both played for Toronto FC in Major League Soccer. Wiedemann coming over from the Ottawa Fury in the offseason.
Teammates with Tommy Heineman, who's still nursing a little bit of a hamstring strain he received at the Cosmos a couple of weeks ago. Actually, about 10 days ago. Cincinnati, and Avila will slide in to take it away. Now Getter and Cole, good pressure, and Tam will just have to save that from being a turnover in the middle of the field.
Difficult season for Ottawa Fury. They're towards the bottom of the table in NASL spring standings. They lost a lot of players. Andrew Wiedemann and Tommy Heineman being 2 key players. They are taking on the Vancouver Whitecaps tonight in the Canadian Championship to try to get to the CONCACAF Champions League.
That goes off of Cincinnati. Of course, Ottawa, as you mentioned, will be here on Saturday night in regular league action. The winner of this game at the U.S. Open Cup travels to Columbus in 2 weeks to take on the Crew. Cincinnati fans will be looking forward to that one if they can get a win here. Rowdies also looking to take advantage of it. It'll be an all-Ohio matchup, but right now the Rowdies have the early 1-goal lead.
State derby, and Crew supporters always boisterous. It's always a tough place to play.
Junior Burgos with that one teed up, couldn't get over the top of it, and it goes into row 11. Good look at Ralph Smob.
FC Cincinnati riding a 7-game unbeaten streak. heading into this U.S. Open Cup match. They haven't lost since back in April. That loss coming at the hands of Louisville City FC.
Okoli takes a bump to the back of the head, and the ball's played out of bounds, so we'll get a little bit of assistance. So you get a good look at Stuart Campbell shouting some instructions to Junior Burgos. Another look at the Okoli bump as he was collided with Neil Collins. Maybe the elbow got up a little bit. He went down early before that, so he's up now. Did not get attention, so does not have to leave the field.
Not sure if that was it or not, Mike. And if it was, it's strange that Collins maybe put a hand to the back of his head and Okoli was putting his hands and covering his face. So a little bit of theatrics there from the forward on Cincinnati.
That ball played long as Ben Sweat has to run. He'll chest it to Matt Pickens. As it's back there, let's check in with Heather Donnelly on the sideline. Heather. Let's see if we have Heather down there on the sideline.
You got me, Mike?
We do have you now.
All right. You guys saw Stuart Campbell talking to Junior Burgos there during that stoppage of play. He said, Junior, don't worry about it. The third one will go in. So Stuart Campbell is not upset about those high shots from Junior Burgos and providing him some encouragement to keep shooting, guys.
Yeah, thank you. And that's what you do. You get those guys and you see it. And if you go 1 for 10, it doesn't matter. You scored a goal at that point. That's what Stuart Campbell just telling him to keep his head down.
And you need to see more of that. And that's what he's trying to impression on the Rowdies. They have not been getting enough shots at home here. And you do like to see that. Get that on target. Maybe force Hildebrandt to make a save. Can he control the rebound? Can you get a goal lob of one? Just continue to take the shots and have efforts at goal as opposed to tic-tac-toe around the top of the 18.
Well, we saw Cincinnati do that earlier, too, as Bone had it and earned a corner kick in the first couple minutes of this game. Now Cincinnati will have a throw-in as Tyler Pollock will look to take this. That will deflect off with King. It will be a throw, and that's Bone. Portland Bone back to Pollock. Pollock with a little space, but we'll cut it back to Bone. Bone will look inside to McLaughlin. McLaughlin into the area. He's just going to play it off of McCandawiri. And as that ball comes off Tam, it will be a corner kick for Cincinnati.
Another set piece opportunity for FC Cincinnati. The sun has now gone down behind the buildings in downtown St. Petersburg. Won't be a factor now for Matt Pickens.
Ball whipped in, back post. Headed back by Cincinnati, punched away and not out, but now it's cleared out, but not far. Cincinnati comes down with the loose ball. That's Walker into it. Very dangerous for Cincinnati on that last free opportunity, at least from the corner. Still with possession as the ball comes out. Tomaselli in, and they cannot connect with McLaughlin. And now it's Walter Ramirez.
I think that was Delbridge, Mike, on that back post. He is a big man that they can send forward on those corner kick opportunities.
It'll be a free kick for the Rowdies. Yeah, they definitely want to head it back as we get another opportunity from this corner. See, of course, how long is this ball? Well, it's a good look at Matt Pickens, and that one rolls out of bounds. Long ball played back in. It'll be a throw in Cincinnati. Rowdies look to switch it across and couldn't connect with it, but now Pollock's got it deep into his own end. Looking for Okoli, won by McCandawiri. Now Collins. Guetta. Back to Tam. Tam with a little time. Looking for someone to pick out. We'll get it into Burgos. Burgos and Guetta work together now, and now Guetta is asked to send it over to Ramirez. Instead, he sends it over to Malcolm, the kit manager, who's not wearing green and yellow. That one was a little strong by Guetta. Look at Malcolm. He's talking about that. He'll be talking about that one for weeks.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, he'll have a word with the guys in training for sure. You would say that's a perfect ball. You're going right for me.
I think you'd just be telling Juan, I'm open, Juan, I'm open. Juan will have tough time living that one down for a little while. Pickens now with the loose ball. He'll just send it from his outside his area, looking for Georgie. Georgie flips it on. Second ball there, won by Nicholson. But Joe Cole will run down the loose ball. Cole and Sweat work together now. Here's Collins, and the Rowdies will look to switch the field. Bring the Cincinnati defense across, see what kind of creases you can find. Burgos, though, will lose it as that ball came in. Now an opportunity here, and Collins has it poked on the back, and Pickens, strong off his line, able to corral that one before Bone can get to it. So loose ball turnover at midfield.
Cincinnati playing a high line. If I was the Rowdies, do the same thing that Collins did, send somebody forward and put one right over the top. They're having a lot of trouble just passing it around at the half, and that's exactly what Cincinnati want. And this is the type of ball that is going to be required if you want to try to beat that high trap that Cincinnati is putting on right now.
And again, as you mentioned, that's the goal that Collins is able to find Georgie on. And that gave the Rowdies the 1-0 lead. Now here's Nicholson. Tomaselli from his holding back position drops back and gives it to Delbridge. Ball played into the corner, overlapping run. Can't get onto it as McMahon, and Sweat able to run him down and earn the throw, but Sweat, I mean, he got a little blow to the keister.
Yeah, when they both came in there, a little slide tackle and maybe a bit of a Charlie horse there on the back of the thigh, but then they'll be able to walk that one off without a problem.
Sent into the area. Tam will head it out now. Sent up towards midfield, and that's Delbridge. He'll have Pollock. Pollock will have a little bit of space, but he'll cut it back inside. Didn't like what he saw. Now Delbridge chips it up. Sweat will get to it. That's off the Rowdies, and Ramirez is going to have to try and hurry. He does. And now he'll play it off of Wiedemann. Good hustle by Walter Ramirez. Ball had come off him as he ran it down. Wiedemann actually tried to sneak in and get the loose ball, at least after he stopped it, but then Ramirez just played it off him. So it'll be a goal kick for the Rowdies.
Smart play by Ramirez on the initial mistake. And those are the sorts of things that you need to do. He's looking to fight for a spot in the starting 11 in league play. He's going to have to show Stuart Campbell that he's earned it.
Good look at John Harkes. Mentioned the former U.S. national team member. Now head coach of FC Cincinnati.
Spent time with DC United. Ended his career at Columbus Crew after a long string of injuries. Became a broadcaster for some time before picking up the coaching.
Sheffield wins, and they almost made it up to the Premiership, losing to Hull City. So they'll be in the championship division again. Rowdies will earn the throw after playing it off of Cincinnati. Here's Walker. Walker with a little bit of time. Get it to McLaughlin in the corner. McLaughlin with a move. Now he'll cut back, and now he'll send it into the area. Headed up by Tam. Pickens will challenge. He'll punch it. Ball's going to come free. Walker will volley it in, and now Tam will send it out towards midfield. Good hustle there by Nicholson. But now the loose ball will go out to Ramirez, who has some space if he got it, but he has to pull it back. And now he'll get it into Eric Avila. Maybe it should have gone forward, although there were 4 Cincinnati jerseys behind the ball. He'll just keep possession. Now Darnell King will look to maybe go at the defender Pollock. King to the end line will earn a corner kick. So good hustle by Darnell King to get the set piece in dangerous territory here for the Rowdies.
Good job here. No hesitation by Matt Pickens just to come out, and when in doubt, he just punched that one away.
Junior Burgos look to take this. He's being told he's got to put it back into the circle a little bit more on the line. Coming at this one pretty straight on. He'll either drive this one straight across. It is, and we'll see over Hildebrandt, who's unchallenged, looking to go back post, didn't quite make it. Only got a couple yards off, and Hildebrandt collects that one.
And if that was just a little bit higher, McCandawiri was left unmarked at that back post coming forward.
Collins wins the header. Tomaselli. Nicholson. McMahon on the overlapping run. Now played towards the back. Wiedemann's going to chase this one down. Looks like McLaughlin and Wiedemann may have switched ends, and this one just kept in, sent down, and Georgie with a nice job. That's Junior actually with a nice job of it, and Junior maybe have been offside. Cincinnati will play quickly. Walker in, long ball to the far side. Rowdies tried to pull him off, they didn't. Now it's still there, shot blocked. Rowdies get fortunate there, they kind of stopped, and on the long ball were able to recover and block a couple of opportunities there by Cincinnati.
Rowdies have been only, you see Stuart Campbell not happy. He's having a few words with his players. They've been caught flat-footed on the counterattack by Cincinnati. Cincinnati does have some pace, and in the last few minutes, the Rowdies seem to have gone to sleep defensively and almost cost them on a couple of opportunities that the ball just would have fell a little nicer at the feet of Cincinnati. This could easily be 1-1.
As the team did seem to stop, particularly maybe over the head of Ben Sweat. Nice little flick by Avila, now into Burgos. Gather with it as we approach the half-hour mark. 30 minutes down, 2 more half hours to go. Rowdies do lead 1-0. Mike Pepper, Lee Godfrey, Heather Donnelly on the sideline with us. From Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg. Hildebrandt. Wiedemann off his head. It will be a throw into the Rowdies about midfield. It's a good look at the Loudies, who have seemed to make their way a little bit closer to you and I each game here, Lee.
Yeah, they are. They are the Loudies for sure. Just down below us and to our left. Great atmosphere here, though, at Al Lang Stadium.
Avila take it, and he'll get fouled. This might be a little talking to by Tyler Pollock, or at least two pilot Tyler Pollock. Instead, they're going to call the first foul back there.
Yeah, Avila stayed up the first time, and if he would have went down there, it probably would have been a foul too, but here's an opportunity to send this ball into the top of the box. You see
Burgos is over.
McCandawiri and Neil Collins have both come forward.
Burgos, back post. There's McCandawiri, and it has to go off the Cincinnati head. It should be, and it is. It's Nicholson challenged for it. McCandawiri's pressure helped with it. Joe Cole will look to take this corner kick in swinger. And Hildebrandt unchallenged again. caught that one right on his goal box. Only player around it was wearing blue and orange.
It's been a good move, Mike, hasn't it, for Hildebrandt to leave Minnesota and be able to have the opportunity to start day in and day out in Cincinnati.
Sometimes getting the playing time, even though you step down a division, you can get out there and play every day. It's a big part, and that one's going to roll underneath the foot of Polak as Bone can't connect. Game has settled in the last few minutes. Cincinnati, maybe a couple opportunities. The Rowdies were watching or maybe expecting a call, didn't get one. Time for Nicholson. Nicholson looks to turn, not being pressured as of yet. Instead, he'll have to cut it back here to Delbridge. A little room for Tomaselli. Well read by Ben Sweat. Sweat will go at it. Doesn't have a lot of help. He's got 5 blue and yellow, orange shirts around him, and Hildebrandt has to come out and take that one. And I think right now Hildebrandt is saying Sweat put his foot in his head. Now Ben Sweat's going to get a talking to. See at this point, Sweat being verbally cautioned, no caution shown as he pushed it past and tried to get in. Hildebrandt didn't seem too happy with that. So we get an idea, maybe another look at it, Lee. Did he drag the foot? I don't think. I mean, he tried to get out and Hildebrandt slid into the leg. He tried to pull the leg around.
I think that was just a friendly tap. He was there to say hello.
Yeah,
Let him know that he's there.
He had the knee bent and he pulled it around, and you know, he was trying to pull it out. You're right. Sometimes you'll see someone drag the foot. I don't think that was the case there.
Good effort though by Ben Sweat. You were absolutely right that no one was there really with him to put the ball to. He just got that last touch a little bit too far forward, or he had the pace to easily go in and have a chance to maybe chip that over Hildebrandt.
Well, it's a corner kick here for Cincinnati. Polak will again come up and take it. It'll be an in-swinger. Cincinnati's looked dangerous on a couple of these corner kicks. Really challenging the Rowdies. And the Rowdies this year have had a couple of times that corner kicks defensively have let them down. This one, though, is a near post and headed away. Polak with the loose ball, and this is going to go off of Juan Queta, and now sent a long ball back in. Collins. Now some space here. If Avila wants to go, they get a 3-on-1 wide. They can. They'll give it out to Burgos, and he's onside still. Junior Burgos, that ball was slow, and now it's on the back post. Rowdies did not take advantage of that break. They had numbers, and they didn't get a shot.
Yeah, Eric Avila just a little too slow in getting that ball up to Junior Burgos as we take another look at it. There's Avila. He's got to get that over to Burgos. The flag does not go down. That's Miles onside, and I'm surprised actually the flag didn't go up on Joe Cole. That one would have been very close.
May have been offsides on Cole, but that all stemmed from the slower ball. Just didn't get out to Burgos. If Burgos had a little bit more, he probably could have attacked the goal a little bit more.
Yeah, just that tiny bit of hesitation. Wasn't much, Mike, but it allowed FC Cincinnati to be able to get back and defend that play a little bit better.
King will try to win the second ball. He does, and he'll get it up to Avila. Now into Burgos and King. Avila, Cole, Guerra. Now wide to Ramirez, who will probably have to just turn it and slow it down. Overlapping his Sweat. Will they get it out wide to him? Yes, they do now. Now Joe Cole with some space. Collins, Cole, and now Tam takes a little his time with it. Up to Avila. Wide to King. Nice touch by Avila. Now Darnell King in behind, and he's into the area. King, can he whip it back? He goes back post. It's over everyone. Headed away by Cincinnati. It will be a throw. Will Ramirez choose to keep it in? Now he'll take the throw. And quickly into Sweat. Cincinnati not quite pressuring him just yet. And Sweat will get it into Cole. Rowdies with possession in the Cincinnati third. Nice turn by Cole. Wide to Ramirez. Now Ramirez, what can he do with the whip? To the back post. It's going to be over. Avila off the chest, and he'll try and get it in. Now a shot, Burgos, and it's into the hands of Hildebrandt. So good movement by the Rowdies. Not the best of shots from it, but certainly one on target, and a nice rip by Burgos, but handled by Hildebrand.
Yeah, there are some spaces opening up in the back line from FC Cincinnati. There you see that one just misplayed by Pollock, and Eric Avila able to get this one back to Junior Burgos. Burgos kind of leaning a little bit backwards, not able to get all that on his right foot. So a fairly routine save for Hildebrand.
Well, we get a handball on Sweat here. That ball played into him. And now Cincinnati with a dangerous opportunity here. Wiedemann had sent the ball looking to go into the area. As it is, it'll be about 30 yards out. But it is from the edge of what a penalty area would be if you extended that infinitely up the field. So probably not a shot opportunity, but certainly a dangerous ball to be whipped in, and Pollock will look to do this with his left foot. Two-man wall by the Rowdies. Cincinnati does send the bigger bodies, the wall being held about 18 yards. Whistle for play back in, now driven in, and it goes through everyone, and it will be a goal kick. That ball driven in, surprised it didn't get cleared out or put on net. Certainly not over the head of everyone. It's Pollock on the free kick. Can't connect with anyone. Pickens to Ramirez, and Ramirez may have been pushed, but nothing called, and it'll be a throw for Cincinnati. Darnell King, a little space. He's around, and he'll give it out to Avila. Eric Avila around Pollock, and Pollock, good defensively, is able to get it off of him. McLaughlin looking for Pollock, will go too far, and Burgos into Cole. Joe Cole. Avila back into Cole. Cole in the area looking. He'll put it to the near post. It's cleared away. Now McLaughlin again. Rowdies just sitting back, letting Cincinnati keep possession in their own half. Now it will be Walker able to bring it into the other half. He'll work with Bone, who's come back from that upper forward or upper midfield position. Get possession. They'll have to come back to Hildebrand, and we'll get it out to Delbridge quickly, who has some space. There's some Delbridge. He'll use Walker now. Okoli, who may have been offside, and Tomaselli didn't see it. They tried to get it into Okoli early on, but Okoli didn't go after it. So Pickens now with the ball at his feet.
Well, it's 2-0 right now, Mike, for the Ottawa Fury over the Vancouver Whitecaps. So a bit of an upset in the making in the nation's capital. And that's who the Rowdies will face on Saturday night.
I suppose you mean the Canada's nation's capital.
Yes.
With Ottawa, yeah, is up north. Curious to see what kind of lineup Vancouver may have been putting up out there, as well as Ottawa. But I would guess that's the similar competition to our Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, yes?
Absolutely, but just on a much smaller scale.
Here's an opportunity for Walker. Puts chest wide, and we talked about shots from distance. That one didn't go further than about a foot or two wide. Maybe that was Tomaselli. I thought that it was Tomaselli. I thought maybe it was Walker from here, the 5 and the 6 looking from distance, about the same. But yeah, it is Tomaselli.
Good effort for Tomaselli. That one always just bending to the left post. if you're Matt Pickens, the right post from his direction, curling outside, and that was only about a foot wide. Andrew Wiedemann not involved that much so far. He started a heck of a lot more games than he did last year with the Ottawa Fury. 3 goals on the season so far, and you really haven't said his name much. He's going to need to get involved more in this second half if Cincinnati want to have an opportunity to equalize in this game.
King, Darnell King, a corner kick as McLaughlin just plays it back.
And Darnell King was that close to splitting the D there and having a lot of space. And this time it'll be Joe Cole to take it from this side of the pitch on the corner. Junior Burgos took the first one on this side, but now Joe Cole heading to the spot north of the corner.
Striding it out, Cole looks in. Rowdies doing their loops towards the middle. No green and yellow shirts there again, but headed away. Burgos on the back side will get it to Ramirez. Walter Ramirez, one on him. Now he'll send it in. Tam will head it on net, but Hildebrandt able to get that one. Georgie stepped in front of Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt asking for a little bit of help, but Georgie was 4 or 5 yards outside the box, just kind of moved into line.
Perfectly legal. There was no contact, so I'm not sure why Hildebrandt was upset about that.
He wasn't running with him. He just moved his body from about 22, 23 yards out.
Georgie outside of the 18-yard box.
I dare you to drop kick that one into me. Come on.
And he'd be within his right, too. So it's a two-way street there.
It's Burgos into Joe Cole. Looking for Ramirez. Ball was a little slow and will roll free. Ramirez may have tripped over the foot of Pat McMahon.
I think that's a good non-call. I'm not sure
I would agree with
if Ramirez would have got there or not. I don't think there was any contact with the ball on the tackle, but I just don't think Ramirez was going to get there. So the referee says play on.
Nicholson. There's Tomaselli. Turn opportunity there for Bone. Make that for McLaughlin. And a good tackle there by Sweat, who had come across. Now Ramirez with some space. Into Georgie. Georgie holds it, now wide to Burgos. Junior. It's working. Only a couple of green and yellow shirts in the box, so the Rowdies and Joe Cole will slow it down and try to get more opportunities of guys in there.
Darnell King, there's no one around. Darnell King could easily, on that outside, come into the back post.
Well, and that ball was looking for Georgie, and he was challenged by Delbridge and capped off as Ramirez looking to play it in, and Hildebrandt will come out. And I do believe we have 1 minute of stoppage time. Tomaselli up to Polak. There is the 1 minute shown. Rowdies leading 1-0. Delbridge.
This is where the Rowdies need to stay mentally sharp. They don't want to concede here in the final seconds of this half or in the first minutes of the second half. It's happened before in regular season play, so they need to stay focused, get through this half, and have that 1-0 lead into the locker room.
Well, last game the Rowdies were able to capitalize, scoring in the last couple minutes of the first half by Joe Cole as the halftime whistle gone and Eric Avila. But as you mentioned, they did give one up in the 45th minute and the 46th minute against Carolina, which ended up costing them and that loss to Carolina early in the year. But 45 minutes are done. The Rowdies lead 1-0, and Heather Donnelly is with the head coach, Stuart Campbell. Heather?
Coach, you went up early with a great goal by Georgie Herstoff. How important was it to get off to such a strong start in this U.S. Open Cup match?
Yeah, it's also always crucial to get the first goal in any game, but yeah, especially obviously in a cup game where you wanted to get an early goal and generate the tempo of play.
I heard you say to Junior Burgos, don't worry about the missed shots, keep on shooting. How important is it for your team to continue to put pressure on FC Cincinnati?
Yeah, you can see they're a threat going forward, and like I said, they've got goals in the team, so we're going to need more goals to win the game. And with Junior, like I said, hey, I'll never moan at anybody for shooting, no matter if they miss or whatever, but just, yeah, keep shooting, keep trying.
All right, thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Heather. And as we mentioned, 45 minutes are done, and an 11-minute Georgie Riztov goal is the difference right now. The Tampa Bay Rowdies lead FC Cincinnati 1-0 in U.S. Open Cup action. Shot, goal! Rowdies! Goal! Tommy Hanneman on a great ball!
The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, they kick the ball around. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, and then they fall on the ground. Oh, Rowdies, the Rowdies, the Rowdies are a kick in the grass. When the Rowdies play soccer, it's a sight to behold. You'll swear they'll be devils with magical toes. You'll laugh, you'll cheer, you'll leap from your seat when they kick with their head instead of their feet. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, they kick the ball around. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, and then they fall on the ground. Oh, the Rowdies, the Rowdies, the Rowdies are a kick in the grass. When the Tampa Bay Rowdies take the field, there's a roar. The fans, loyal fannies to the team they adore. There's music, there's laughter, pretty girls all around. It's exciting to live in a pro soccer town. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, they kick the ball around. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, and then they fall on the ground. Oh, the Rowdies, the Rowdies, the Rowdies are a kick in the grass.
It's halftime here in St. Petersburg, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies lead FC Cincinnati 1-0 here in the third round of the U.S. Open Cup. Hi, everybody. I'm Heather Donnelly coming to you from the sidelines of Al Lang Stadium here in the third round of the U.S. Open Cup. Now, we know there are some players on the Rowdies with nicknames. We know Tamika McKendawiri is Tam, Stefan Antonievich is Steph, but there are actually a lot more players with nicknames. Take a look.
My name's Justin, but everybody called me Chavo because my last name is Chavez.
Me, they call me Avi.
Yeah, I've always kind of gone by Nano, and that's kind of starting to stick pretty good now.
People just call me Ben, sometimes Benny. Some people call me Sweat or Sweet to get on my nerves a little bit.
I call Tam McKendawire.
Zach Portillos, I call him Porti.
People just call me Pix or Pick or Matt, that's it.
Papa Pickens would be like the only one that comes to mind that I can really think of, just because he's like a dad to everyone.
Pickens, you know, he's got the Papa Picks or Grandmaster Picks.
Here seems to be Neely, which has been most of my career. At some clubs when I was younger, I used to be called Tintin because of my haircut at the time.
What other nicknames we got? We got a lot of D's. You know, I call Darwin D on the field now. We got Darnell King, we call D.
I got a lot of nicknames. I feel like, I don't know, maybe Hulk. People say that sometimes. Hulk smash.
Chris Glodar calls me Diesel D. I'm not sure why the Diesel.
One of my nicknames, Daddy Longlegs. Sometimes someone throws in their go-go gadget.
The most simple would be Stefanovic. I mean, I haven't met one person within the organization that can actually pronounce his name correctly, so.
Lots of good nicknames on the Rowdies. I really like Papa Pickens. That was a new one to me. I'd never heard that, but I really think that one suits him. Well, we have to step aside here on our halftime show. The Rowdies lead FC Cincinnati 1-0 here in the third round of the U.S. Open Cup. We'll be right back.
Today,
we believe every life deserves world-class care.
as one of the top 4 hospitals in the nation,
Over 100,000 people from around the world come to Cleveland Clinic for care each year.
And we're ready for you.
With a second opinion or a same-day appointment.
Today.
Today.
today,
And every day.
Call today. We're here for you.
Shot, goal! Rowdies! Goal! Tommy Hanneman on a great ball! The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, they kick the ball around. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, and then they fall on the ground. Oh, the Rowdies, the Rowdies, the Rowdies are a kick in the grass. When the Rowdies play soccer, it's a sight to behold. You'll swear they'll be devils with magical toes. You'll laugh, you'll cheer, you'll leap from your seat when they kick with their head instead of their feet. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, they kick the ball around. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, and then they fall on the ground. Oh, the Rowdies, the Rowdies, the Rowdies are a kick in the grass. When the Tampa Bay Rowdies take the field, there's a roar. The fans, loyal fannies, cheer the team they adore. There's music, there's laughter, pretty girls all around. It's exciting to live in a pro soccer town. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, they kick the ball around. The Rowdies run here, the Rowdies run there, and then they fall on the ground. Oh, the Rowdies, the Rowdies, the Rowdies are a kick in the grass.
And welcome back here to St. Petersburg. It's Al Lang Stadium, where after 45 minutes, the Rowdies lead FC Cincinnati 1-0. As you see the goal by Georgie Ristoff in the 11th minute. And I'm sure that was one of many things here that we'll get an opportunity to look at here through the first half, Lee, is, you know, an opportunity that the Rowdies able to bury one. And, of course, there was some good opportunities for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. There was some opportunities, but you know what? Give it to FC Cincinnati. They came off to a quick start in this one, and you see it right here off the highlights. A throw in there, Akoli with a little pass to right there over to Walker, the captain, and he has one heck of a shot with the left foot on the bounce, not making it easy for Matt Pickens. Nice save, but Collins is there to clear it away. And then here in the 11th minute, it's Collins again. What a long ball right over the top to the feet of Georgie Ristoff, who cuts inside the box, makes one other move there, catches Mitch Hildebrandt leaning to his left, and he buries it to his right and gives the Rowdies a much-needed lead, gets the crowd into this one early in this U.S. Open Cup match, but FC Cincinnati keep battling. There you see Matt Pickens crowded around him, and he's got to reach over a couple players, including Collins, to be able to punch that out with his left hand, and it's cleared by Guetta. And then here's an opportunity Eric Avila might want back, and just to give it to Burgos a little earlier and not rush him as much. Joe Cole may have been offside, but that goes out for the goal kick. Rowdies keep coming. falls to Eric Avila here, and he's able to push it back to Junior Burgos. Burgos at the top of the box at the right footer, trying to curl it in, but unable to get much power on that one. You see the lower angle here. It does curl right in, but Hildebrandt right there to corral that one up. And so that's where we are after 45 minutes of play. But certainly what I do like, and what Heather alluded to with Junior Burgos as we take a look at those stats, is the shots. So the Rowdies with 3 on target, they've had a lot missed, but I like that. I like the fact that Burgos was trying to take shots from outside of the box, and Stuart Campbell said, hey, just keep those coming, and eventually you will find out that will have good things happen in the end.
Yeah, both teams committing 3 fouls as well, so hasn't been overly physical just yet, but we'll see what happens here the next 45 minutes. Competitive game. Winner goes to Columbus as it get a good look at the Rowdies. 45 minutes done. Second 45 coming up. Rowdies lead Cincinnati 1-0 here in the U.S. Open Cup.
Taste the feeling.
Al Lang Stadium, where the Rowdies lead FC Cincinnati 1-0 here after 45 minutes. Good look here at the crowd. And again, another look at the goal here, but Georgi Ristov scored, and as you can see, as Collins was going in, Georgi Ristov, a lot of demand and questions about Georgi, but Georgi was onside. You saw maybe Ben Sweat running back, and as that ball came through, you saw Cincinnati maybe looking for the offsides call, but able to get in there. But a great timed run by Georgi Ristov, and the finish lead just outstanding here, and that's what gave the Rowdies a lead. And I know a lot of people were checking to see where they offsides. We saw Cincinnati slow it down, but not really even that close.
No, great play by Ben Sweat to come back into an onside position, not being the play of the ball, but Georgi Ristov timed it perfectly, well onside, and it was, you're right, Cincinnati trying to play that trap and that high line, and they got caught, and Georgi made them pay for it.
And that gives us where we stand after 45 minutes, and half the game to play. Let's see, the Rowdies still looking at it. One of the things we did here is that we expect to see Freddie Adu make an appearance here today for the Rowdies. And again, that will depend upon situations and what the Rowdies may or may not need. But FC Cincinnati, who is pretty much going with a lot of their starting crew, they have a game this weekend as well. Back home up at Nippert Stadium in Cincinnati. They're in the middle of a 5-game homestand, and they've had a lot of success as of late, and being that with a 7-game unbeaten streak as Stuart Campbell coming off a pretty impressive win at Minnesota too. And you know, I think when you look about impressive wins for the Rowdies in the last couple of years, that one's the most I can think of since Minnesota had not even given up a goal at home, and yet the Rowdies able to get 2 and a victory up against them.
Yeah, that game stands out, and of course the first game of the 2015 season in San Antonio, who are the defending champions, and the Rowdies go into their house and beat them handily there as well. So two of the biggest ones in recent memory for me.
Al Lang Stadium is the site. You get a good look at Cincinnati coming out for the second 45 minutes. The Rowdies, you saw Joe Cole ready to go as well. So we'll see both teams make their way out here onto the second half action. So referee Rubiel Vasquez kind of telling the team to get there with the huddle. We'll take a couple extra minutes, and as we mentioned, as Junior Burgos getting ready as well, the winner of this one will travel to Columbus on June 15th for 4th round Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup action. So Cincinnati will take the kickoff. Rubiel Vasquez will hand it to Sean O'Coley. He'll set it down. He's working with Corbin Bone there in the circle.
Well,
and it will be Cincinnati will make a sub. Evan Lee will be in for Paul Nicholson in the back. So Cincinnati having made 1 sub. 2 more here as they play these last 45 minutes. Long ball look towards the corner. That's one of the things that Ben Sweat reads that one.
I'm sure Stuart Campbell said more of the same, boys, in the second 45 minutes of play. This is nowhere near close to finished quite yet, and the Rowdies need to push for that second one, but it's Cincinnati who's come out strong and with some pace here to start the second.
Okoli, as that ball will deflect back to Matt Pickens.
Pickens being watched by Okoli, taking his time here to get this one back into play.
Bone will come away with a loose ball. Far side is McLaughlin. Now Pollock into Tomaselli. A little bit of space now for McMahon. Up to Okoli. Okoli, it's safe to say he flopped. Collins kind of having a word with him, saying you can't do that. King wins the header, and Tam will send it out over the sidelines. Evan Lee now. Little space here now for McMahon. And he's going to try and go. It's going to go over everything. Not a good ball by Pat McMahon. So he tried to go into the box. Instead, it goes over the goal.
Well, it's been a couple times now already in the second half that Matt Pickens has had a goal kick, and it ends up right back in the Rowdies' half. They came out a little lackadaisical to start the game, and they've done the exact same thing to start this second half. You want to see them come out with a little more determination to win the balls and to get that possession. But it's Cincinnati that have been the team with more pace and had the Rowdies on the back foot to start the game and to start this second half.
Getting to the loose ball is Gleek, although Okoli will lose it to Ramirez, but Ramirez will lose it back to Lee. Looking forward, Wiedemann. Cleared out by Makandawiri. Quick throw. Into the box. That's Bone. 30 yards out, looking to tee up a shot, and it's going to deflect, and Pickens has to make a save. That came off the foot of Makandawiri, and Pickens had to shift gears as Walker let it fly from about 35 out. And Pickens had to be up to task there.
What a save by Matt Pickens, diving to his right, and that is exactly why you take shots from distance, because you never know what's going to happen in those scenarios, and Matt Pickens has to come out big. Cincinnati all over the Rowdies to start this second half.
Pollock with the corner. Pickens catches it before Okoli gets to it. He was looking for Ramirez fast. Instead, he'll get it out to King on the other side, who has a lot of space. Darnell King up and over midfield. He's got Georgie. He gives it up to Ristov. Georgie into Joe Cole. Cole has it taken off of him. And now Okoli. He's one-on-one with Makandawiri. Now he will look towards the back post. Sweat will head it down, but it goes straight to Cincinnati. Out to Wiedemann. Wiedemann onto the left foot. It's going to go off of Collins, and now Joe Cole has it. Joe Cole into Avila. Avila was King running beyond him. Cincinnati able to take it away from him out wide. Guerra reads that one. Juan Guerra with an opportunity now. Back in. On the left foot's Burgos into Ramirez. Ramirez doesn't able to get a shot. Now he's going to turn it. He's going to look to cross it. Back over everyone, and now it's on the far side. Ball is in by Avila. Eric Avila, and it's collected by Hildebrand. Rowdies with a good opportunity there.
Great opportunity. I'm surprised Walter Ramirez didn't take that on the first touch, because he had everybody beat, I think, but instead he slowed it down and tried to make the move around the defender. Was able to cross the ball over the face of the goal, no one there, but I think he should have had that on the one-timer and just had a goal.
At first glance, I would agree with you as well. Burgos had it. We haven't seen Burgos pass up a lot from 20 yards out. Offsides on the Rowdies is Georgie. There's, as you can see, Burgos on the ball. Well, at least that's the end of it here. The ball had come from the forehead, and he's able to whip it in. Just off the post even, actually. Didn't even see that, but back on the other end, a shot from distance, and Pickens able to come up with that one. I didn't understand. I didn't see the angle on Ramirez, and that was even more impressive.
Yeah, we could only see it appeared that it just came right across in line with that crossbar, but instead Ramirez has a turn and has a goal, and unlucky that doesn't end up falling in.
No excuses from this end, but certainly for those just watching throughout on the U.S. Open Cup broadcast, Al Lang Stadium used to be a baseball stadium. Now it's an incredible soccer stadium built with the new seating, revamped field, but it used to be a baseball stadium. Means we're a long way away, Lee. We are all the way in the corner, and sometimes that far goal, we don't see those things go off the post like that. Ramirez is a lot more dangerous from an incredible angle than we originally thought. Long ball played across. Sweat heads it down. Second ball this time. Maybe Ramirez should have been reading into that because McMahon beat him to it badly, but Ramirez recovers. Second ball, and now he's going to try and get a throw. He does. At that point, that's where we are. As you can see, waving. I'll move over here, Lee. We got a long way away from that far goal. There's the far goal, too. So, again, no excuses. We should probably get that, but sometimes it takes the replay for us to get all the information. Here's Wiedemann looking to put it across. Pickens gets to it. Matt Pickens. Wiedemann didn't have a lot of help in there. Okoli was there, but Pickens able to get to him first.
Yeah, good work by Andrew Wiedemann there to be able to get that one into the box with pace, but Matt Pickens seeing that all the way and doing the right job to come off his line and call for that one. That's one thing in the last couple of games that with the clean sheets in the league that the Rowdies have improved on is that communication between Pickens and the back line. And good to see Ben Sweat making some smart defensive plays tonight too, where that wasn't always the case when he was starting a few times, and there was some communication breakdowns that led directly to goals for the opposite team against the Rowdies. So much cleaner tonight from the Rowdies in communicating along the back.
Burgos and Avila he's got some help with King on the wide side. He gives it out to him. Darnell King whips in, great ball. Georgie slides down, and the loose ball looks like maybe Lee, who was running with them, able to get it. But a great ball by Darnell King that time, just Georgie couldn't finish on to the end of it.
Well, a very open game, Mike, as it turned out in the second half. A lot of offense on both sides of the ball. Teams with opportunities to go to goal when they want to. So I don't think that 1-0 will be the final scoreline tonight.
There's Evan Lee, halftime substitute in for Nicholson tonight. Cincinnati has used one of their subs. They still have two remaining. Ball played into the corner for Georgie. Georgie tackled on the ball by Delbridge. So you see the ball whipped in by Darnell. That's a great, dangerous ball, and that's a great defensive play by Lee to at least get in front of him as well. Or maybe that
may have been Delbridge.
Yep, it was Delbridge. Collins at midfield. Wide for Ramirez. And the Ball taken away from the Rowdies there. But Joe Cole will get the loose ball. Now he'll look to switch it into Avila. Avila one-on-one out wide, but he'll give it quickly to Burgos. Junior Burgos onto the back post, maybe flipped in. It's headed away. Second ball is headed away by Wiedemann, and Cincinnati clears it out of their area. Collins tries to head it back in quickly, and Ramirez waits on it. McMahon deflects off his player Bone. Now they'll try and go in, and King can chest it down. Here is Burgos.
Avila crossing signals there.
Junior Burgos may have switched shoes from the half. He's looking for those bright orange shoes and put on some different pair. Definitely black shoes now. Foul, free kick goes to Cincinnati. Here's McLaughlin. Wide out for Pollock. Back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin would look to threaten the area. Good work by Cincinnati on the top, but losing his footing is McLaughlin. Some good 1-2 touches right there, but final one as McLaughlin lost his footing. On the far side, ball whipped in. Tam heads it up high, not out. Now down and still free, and an opportunity shot deflected off of Darnell King. McLaughlin had it in, and the Rowdies sleeping on a couple of opportunities.
Good job by Darnell King to come back, because like you said, those second ball opportunities right now are being won by FC Cincinnati, and it leads them to a corner kick here in the 58th minute.
Ball whipped in, headed on, and a good run, but couldn't get down and over the ball. It may have been Delbridge. It was Delbridge.
He's one of those big bodies that they have coming forward from the back. Yeah, he does get on it. He finds himself open. McAndawiri trying to get his body out front there, but I think Delbridge just getting up a tad too early, so by the time the ball came to him, he couldn't get over top of that one. But he's a big guy on set pieces for FC Cincinnati.
John Hark's asking about what the kind of time he's taking. Well, ball boys didn't do a good job that time. They actually threw it over Matt Pickens' head. And, you know, sometimes you wonder, the goalkeepers, why can't they get all the balls? We're supposed to get all the balls that go past him, but that ball was so far in his head he couldn't do anything.
I think that's part of the advantage of what they call home field advantage, is that sometimes you take your time.
Well, that one I don't think was until he was actually
it wasn't intentional.
Sleeping on it. You're right, yeah. Now, when that happens in the 85th minute, you might have to start to wonder.
Absolutely.
Darnell King plays this one off. Cincinnati, but the follow through, Darnell may have got stepped on. And he's not feeling it right now. He got the toe stepped on, I think. As he came across, he was able to earn the throw because he did play it off. As you can see, yeah, and there it is, stepped on the toe of Darnell King. And
yeah, I don't think it was anything intentional from Pollock. It was just something that he was just trying to block the clearance, so just put his foot up, and on the follow through, Darnell hits him. So it should be something that King can move on from.
Joe Cole get it out to Sweat. Sweat's under some pressure from Okoli if he doesn't hurry. He's able to get around it. There's 1-2. Ramirez and Sweat. Then Sweat into the corner. Joe Cole will touch it for Juan Guerra.
Good play by Cole there. That was a wayward pass from Junior Burgos. Cole had to slide in to keep possession.
Here's Burgos looking to tee this one up, and he does. And that one Not too high, but too wide, and it will be a goal kick for Cincinnati as we pass the hour mark. 60 minutes gone.
You see Georgi Ristov there. I think he was hoping to get on the end of that one if Burgos could have had a little bit of a look to his left instead of trying to take another shot. So right now, I think it's about 4 shots for Junior Burgos and only 1 on target.
Loose ball for Sweat. Cole and Sweat working together. Good turn by Georgi. Georgi now looking to switch it across to Avila. He does. Avila, no help in the box. He's got help around. Now he'll send it back across on the far side. Ramirez able to earn a corner kick as Wiedemann running back with him, able to take it off there.
There you see Junior Burgos with the turn right there. That's where he needed to slot that just into Georgi coming in on his left-hand side. Georgi's got a call for that too. A little communication, a little quick, you know, Junior, and give him the ball. And same with this last play that led to the corner. Eric Avila had Joe Cole coming in at the top of the box and instead decided to swing it a little more. Regardless, it's a corner kick for the Rowdies in the 62nd.
Joe Cole out 10 yards out, headed away by Cincinnati. Second ball, though, chased down by Burgos. Junior tries to thread it through. He does, but it's going to roll too far. It will be a goal kick here for Cincinnati.
Well, after a slow start to the second half, the Rowdies really are now putting on the pressure against Cincinnati. It wasn't quite this humid when they were down here in preseason for FC Cincinnati, and that's something that might factor in here is the humidity. Not close to playing in this type of heat.
I was
Cincinnati, Ohio.
I was watching a Cincinnati highlight on their YouTube channel just a couple weeks ago against Pittsburgh, and it was 49 degrees and cloudy and windy. We haven't seen 49 since February. Cincinnati, nice touch out wide, slowed it down, and King able to recover. As Polak couldn't get around him, and this one may have gone off Avila. It does. It'll be a throw. It's Tomaselli. Neil Collins. Feet get tangled up, and it'll be a foul. Free kick, Cincinnati. Say 35 yards out, dead center. Pickens may want a couple men in a wall here as Burgos trips up. Cincinnati player.
Burgos probably switching up boots at the half. It's probably something to do with the stud sides that he had. If he was not able to plant well enough, or that plant foot was sliding a bit on the grass or giving way, he may have gone to a deeper stud.
Three-man wall. Ball played towards the back post, and Tam wins that header. Second header headed away by Collins. Ramirez with the ball. He'll still get it out. Now Avila. Numbers for the Rowdies if they hurry, but Cincinnati hustling back. It's still a 5v6 now. Cincinnati able to get the 6 blue and orange shirts behind it. Joe Cole, though, will send it to the open person out wide.
Got to see Ramirez. He's waiting to make a run at that far post. He's wide open, waiting for a ball.
Avila now cleared out after the chest. That and the Rowdies. Miscommunication in the back again is Tam and Collins, and open is Okoli in the middle if he can get to it. And chased down is King, and McLaughlin letting the referee know that he thought he was fouled. Now the Rowdies with Georgi. 3-on-3 if they want to go for it. They slow it down, but Georgi will still take it towards the corner and now turn it around. Collins.
Second chance, and again with Ramirez on that left side. Collins does finally put it over there, but on the counter they had him waiting for the ball.
65 minutes have passed now here in St. Pete. Rowdies leading 1-0 against Cincinnati here in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup 2016. Then Sweat, overlapping run. Sweat plays it early, and Hildebrandt the only player within 10 yards of that one. Now Cincinnati will look to counter. Now they'll play it over the top and onside, and there's an opportunity. Pickens got a foot on it. Very fortunately, I thought maybe he could have been chipped, and now will be a corner kick.
Well, Matt Pickens took a chance there, and it paid off huge. There's the long ball over the top, and you know what? Pickens very lucky there that a foul was not called. There's no contact with the ball.
I thought he got the ball. I thought he got the ball.
I'd have to see it again. I thought that he just took
the
legs
right there. It was definitely he got the ball. He pushed it wide, as you see.
Better angle there, but still another opportunity, and very lucky for the Rowdies. Everybody getting caught forward. Great opportunity for Cincinnati.
Pollock towards the penalty spot, over everyone, and that one's going to go off of Lee, and it will be a goal kick for the Rowdies. I thought Bone, though, had an opportunity to go over Pickens, or maybe shoot first time Pickens is out, so you can get another opportunity to see this one. Great timing on the run, not even close to being offsides. Rowdies were just beat on that trap. And there's, you can see, there's the foot by Pickens that able to get the ball wide. And if he doesn't get a foot on that, of course, maybe he goes in to score anyway, because maybe he stays on his feet with the ball's rolling towards net, but it could have been a red card for Pickens. But he did get a foot on it. Now Pickens will take the free kick. Rowdies look to maybe be making their first sub of the game, and I think it's a number that we have not seen called yet this year here for the Rowdies. We'll maybe check in on the sideline. It might be a name we've also been familiar with too for a while. Long ball. Now McMahon on the far side. McMahon. Pickens. Which is not a good ball by McMahon. McMahon's had a couple of opportunities to put balls across, and that one way too close to Pickens, and a couple other have actually gone over the crossbar. Cincinnati with the loose ball. Free kick, Cincinnati.
Here comes that substitution you are talking about.
Al Hassan, maybe, yeah. Khalif Al Hassan in for Eric Avila.
So Al Hassan, who normally plays on that left-hand side, where Ramirez is, comes in on that right side now to take off Eric Avila.
So Al Hassan in here in the 69th minute. Avila probably get into rest for the game on Saturday against Ottawa. Whipped in, and Georgie gets the knee on it. Georgie's in a foot race, and Georgie's behind him, and we might have, it's just a yellow. They feel there was another defender behind him.
I'm not sure about that, Mike. We'll have to see this again if the other defender could have caught up with Georgie Ristov, who would have appeared to be in all alone.
It's Walker.
Because he's got the step there. Well, Walker's late, and I don't see another, as you see how late the other defender is here.
It's Tomaselli.
Yep, coming in.
He's the last man, but I mean, at this point, I guess maybe the distance from the net, they feel that maybe Tomaselli didn't give him a clear path. But it could be argued.
There's what the fans think should have came out there, a red card for last man, and I would argue that that's what the call should have been. It's tough.
As an ex-player, I mean, I'm torn into this because, you know, you hate to see it, but This is what the game has come down to the last couple of years. You do see red cards for being the last player. Now, was Tomaselli in position to cover back? I don't know. I mean, you could argue that, and I think in this case, I mean,
from that angle, and Thomas there, he finally comes in there, and Georgi Ristov was going at full speed.
Yeah.
If Georgi Ristov's able to get over that tackle, I do think he's in all alone with a goal-scoring opportunity.
well, it's a yellow card for Walker. That's what we end up in the 70th minute. You could argue it may have been a red. And again, I'm surprised it wasn't, but I'm not shocked in that sense. So I guess to me, I guess in that case, you'd like to see the game played as it is, and
I guess you could put it on the other side of the coin too, that if the red card came out, I would not have been surprised either.
Correct. There's Collins looking for it. Burgos couldn't get to him, and now Cincinnati with a counter opportunity.
Poor free kick, and that sends up the counterattack, and luckily Cincinnati's not able to hold on to it, but that was just a poor play, and Cincinnati really didn't do well, and the Rowdies got lucky there that they didn't come up on the counter.
Played towards the corner. Ben Sweat read that one well. Let's say the second half, Ben Sweat's been very good on these balls played towards the corner. It looks like Cincinnati has tried to test them quite a bit. As you can see that Cincinnati slightly outpossessed the Rowdies in this one so far. But Ben Sweat in the first half wasn't up to task a couple times. It looks like John Harkes wanted to maybe test him, but he's been very good here in the second half in each times that he's been tested. Now a good opportunity here for Cincinnati, and a ball played towards the corner, a little bit of space. Now from there, and it's deflected. Collins has to go, and the Rowdies, Borja Collins will deflect it off of Tam, and this one goes into the corner. See another short corner here for Cincinnati. And Matt Pickens will get that one. He'll throw it out quickly to Ramirez. Rowdies trying to break with numbers. They have 4 up front, now 5 with Alassane joining the fray, but Cincinnati was 6 behind the ball now, but it ball into Georgi. He's one of the ones up top. He's the goal scorer tonight in the 11th minute, and that's a terrible ball back across looking for Burgos. And Okoli is offside. Rowdy's able to step up on Sean Okoli. As Collins looks forward, no one challenges. Here's the ball down at Neil Collins' feet. Rowdy's looking set to maybe make a second substitution as Ramirez loses it. Cincinnati tries to go forward. They'll slow it down. Okoli finds Walker. McMahon, Wiedemann, back to McMahon. Joe Cole on him now. Wiedemann. Darnell King able to take it away as Guerra and King work together now. It's Danny Mwanga that's looking to make an appearance here. Darnell King will turn it over. Cincinnati, a little space. Wiedemann. That's a bad ball, right to the foot of King. King looking for Ristov. Georgi well outside, and Hildebrand off his line, able to win that one first. Tam runs it down there before Okoli, and now he'll send it up towards Georgi. Tries to give a little extra effort. Ball onside. That's Wiedemann. Stood up by Ben Sweat. Back heel to McMahon. McMahon to the end line. And it's going to be deflected. Collins had to come across and was able to slow that cross down. Cincinnati looks good once again going into the corner.
Yeah, nice ball forward here. Switch of play, and Andrew Wiedemann gets in behind Ben Sweat. Great little vision here on the back heel pass, and that just got away from him, and it should have been a better ball controlled there. It is by McMahon, and it's unfortunate that his touch there from the back heel from Wiedemann wasn't better, and didn't allow him to get a better shot on goal.
Well, Mwanga will make his way on for Walter Ramirez here in the 76th minute. I would imagine they're going to move Georgie back to that left wing position, let Mwanga go out towards the center. We'll see. That's 2 of the 3 subs the Rowdies are allowed to make.
I still like that substitution as well, to keep Georgie Ristov out there, to keep that pace that he brings and that ground that he can cover. We've seen in the past it's just been a wholesale change for that out-and-out striker for the out-and-out striker.
Right now, Stuart Campbell is asking whose throw it is. But apparently they're awarding a Cincinnati throw. Stuart Campbell seems a little surprised by that. Quickly, Cincinnati tries to go in, and Pickens, will he be able to go out? No, he doesn't. That ball, Sweat will just shield him. Ben Sweat does a good job of shielding that from Wiedemann. And Pickens may come off his line to get that in the box.
Lucky that didn't cost them, because the referees made a complete mess of that call, which should have been a throw.
Well, it was a throw, but I thought it should have been for the Rowdies. You're right.
Yeah.
Cincinnati took it and quickly tried to catch the Rowdies sleeping. Mwanga is going to be called for the foul. Let's check in with Heather Donnelly on the sideline. Heather.
Hi, Mike. With that second sub for the Rowdies, you have to wonder if and when Stuart Campbell will use his third sub. Yesterday, after training, he spoke with the media and said that he does expect Freddie Adu to see some playing time tonight. Usually Stuart keeps those types of comments and that type of information close to the vest. So we'll have to wait and see if he does, in fact, get Freddie Adu into the game tonight, guys.
Yeah, something we'll keep our eye on as Cincinnati looks to be making their second sub, but Darnell King is issued a yellow card here in the 78th minute. King had gone in towards the corner, and as he came in a little late, the player for Cincinnati, and that looks to be McLaughlin, able to get around him, and then King hooked him and does earn a yellow card. It will be a free kick about 5 yards off the end line and just outside the area, about 5 yards outside the penalty area as well. Dangerous opportunity for Cincinnati. Looking to get the equalizer. Rowdies have led since the 11th minute on a Georgie Ristov goal. Two-man wall set up. It's Al Hassan and Cole. Rubiel Vasquez whistles to get the ball back in play. Back post headed and up, and that will be a corner kick. And a corner kick, although Delbridge is hurt. He's bleeding.
Yeah, they knocked heads, I think. He took that one large, and he's split right open. Watch this again here as these two, Delbridge and Tam Makandawiri, they both knock heads here going up for this ball. Or did he get the elbow in? He comes into the elbow of Tam. Tam with his arms up, and that's what's got Cincinnati a little bit mad here.
Well, Cincinnati will be making the sub, Omar Cummings, as they try to send the additional forward. He'll be making his way in for Tomaselli. Although Delbridge bleeding, will have to come off the field for a moment. We'll see whether or not they can stop that bleeding for him to continue on.
Cummings spending time in Major League Soccer, was a member of the San Antonio Scorpions as well, Mike, and now he kind of has found his way back to his roots in a way, as he was a he was a Cincinnati Bearcat, and of course that's the stadium where they play, so used to being in the city of Cincinnati as well. But this may cause an extended stoppage here as they attend to that cut, because it's a nice one there. And I'm not sure.
Well, we'll see. He's still getting attention. And they got to make sure that bleeding does stop. Delbridge, he will have to come off. And did he get any blood on the jersey is the question, too. And now he shouldn't be wiping his head with his jersey. You should know that, although it's kind of an orangish to that, because if you do get blood on the jersey, you can't wear that jersey.
And in today's day and age, Mike, too, you really have to wonder about the player's safety, too. And if he has been concussed, if he has to go through that standard test on the field level with the trainer just to make sure that he is okay. And he does seem to have all of his faculties about him. But he will have to leave the field to play, and we'll see that time added on. So I would think that, minimum possibly 4 minutes of play to be added on here in stoppage time.
Well, he's lining up as if he's going back in, but now there's the referee, Rubiel Vasquez, telling me you got to leave.
And then you do have to wonder if he thinks he can stay on there. If he has
there's still
concussed.
blood. I mean, there's blood on his head. I don't know what he's doing.
He knows he can't continue if a trainer has come out to assist him. He knows that.
And the Rowdies will be making the third sub of the game, too, for them. So Justin Chavez, but they'll wait on this one as this ball sent towards the back post, and Neil Collins strongly across. Able to clear that one out. So speculation that we would see Freddie Adu will not be the case tonight, as Chavez is going to be coming on now. A defensive position. Rowdies trying to hang on to a 1-0 lead. We will have stoppage time after the injury to Delbridge. So Burgos will be coming off for Chavez.
And you're right about the switch with Mwanga and Georgi Ristov. You see Georgi Ristov moving over to the right side of the field, and Mwanga playing in the middle of the park now.
Cincinnati still has one sub to make if they choose. Rowdies have just used their last one. And a reminder here that there will be no draw. This is cup action. That's something we haven't discussed, but there could be extra time. There could be penalty kicks. We saw that with Fort Lauderdale earlier today.
Absolutely. An early 11 a.m. kickoff because of an international friendly at their home stadium. We weren't allowed to play a doubleheader type scenario.
Gattara read that pass, and now the ball played as Mwanga. That one was Delbridge, who's made his way back on. They must have sufficiently cleaned up the blood off his head and made sure there was none on the jersey. But now Cummings with his first touch of the day. Sent wide. Hassan watching him. Now Chavez will be tasked to go to Pollock, and that ball was going to go through. Sweat will get possession. He'll look forward. Mwanga still has two defenders. I'm surprised Cincinnati hasn't pushed forward a little bit more, but now a little space for Gattara. Gattara wide out to Al Hassan. Khalifa Hassan gets his jersey pulled, and he'll play on. Advantage still for Khalifa Al Hassan. He'll have it back at his feet, and he'll get it wide. That's Chavez. And now Al Hassan again play on as Chavez was taken down. Khalifa Al Hassan plays it in, headed away by Cincinnati. Second ball by Chavez. It's still free. Chavez works with King. Those two now as they try and keep possession out to Al Hassan. Into Darnell King. King onside. He'll cut it back, and Mwanga over the net. Danny Mwanga headed about 8 yards out, and that could have really put this one away. Instead, Cincinnati will quickly play it out the other side.
Some great one-touch passing by the Rowdies. That was a beautiful ball forward there. Darnell King cuts it back, and Danny Mwanga, you see him put his hands in his face, and he would like to have that one back.
Tam now gets the ball played back, as you see that go over the top by Mwanga. Cincinnati turned it over as they went forward, and now Chavez will have it and play it towards the corner of Mwanga. Can Mwanga get it, keep it in? He does not. It will be a goal kick as we just passed the 85th minute. 5 minutes remaining here, plus stoppage time.
Great passing there and interplay between Chavez, Al Hassan, and Darnell King in the build-up to that play.
Wiedemann.
Rowdies here have got to step up and close down the Cincinnati players. You cannot keep dropping back and give FC Cincinnati an opportunity here in the final 5 with stoppage play. They got to keep playing that same game plan that they went to start the game. Get out there, get up top, close down those players, and force Cincy to make a play.
Ball headed back in by McMahon. It's Okoli, and now a shot over the top. Wiedemann from 16 yards out puts it into row 28.
That's what I'm talking about, Mike. If you give them that time and space, this is a team that can attack. Watch the offside. Was he offside or not? Very close there. You can see Justin Chavez and Tam putting their hands up there and asking for the offside, but the flag stays down. So that little tip back from Okoli, and there you see it. It might have even taken a deflection off of Tam's knee, and that could have been a corner kick.
Referee in good position, and he'll whistle. It's a goal. Now the goal kick, that is. And then, of course, Cincinnati with the throw. Collins read that one well. Comes around. Defender. Now Georgia uses to shield his body and plays it into his own nose. Now an opportunity here. Cincinnati, and it will roll off of Wiedemann's foot. And they will make their final sub of the night. It'll be Antoine Hopino. Hopino in for Walker.
And that's to give them another forward presence out there. They're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at the Rowdies in this one. Hopino, a former member of the Philadelphia Union in Major League Soccer, finds his way to FC Cincinnati. Walker with one of the best opportunities of this game early in this one, but Matt Pickens with the big save.
Cincinnati flipped in by Cummings. Now in the back post, shot wide.
Wow.
McLaughlin was open, and he puts it wide.
He was wide open. Was it McLaughlin or was it Hopino getting an opportunity right off the get-go? Yeah, that's Hopino. He's got he put his hands up right away, and he just snubs it. And that's how close it is. Rowdies have got to close down and not allow them to push in. I know it's tough, easier said than done in the dying moments. The team that's losing is going to take more chances, and there's going to be the 5 minutes. We hear stoppage time being added. It's an opportunity for the Rowdies now.
Riztov, as you're right, Hopino on that first touch of the game, and you see something open up just 10 yards out. Best chance for Cincinnati, and they've had a couple of really good ones here in the second half.
Defenders have got to be on their game at this point of the game. Hopino getting on the right side if you're a fan of Cincinnati, the wrong side if you're a Rowdy fan of the defenders. And they got caught playing too far up, and it almost cost them there.
Bone on the throw. Al Hassan will take it away. Al Hassan into Mwanga. Danny Mwanga with a nice touch, and will go around. He was taken down by Delbridge, and Delbridge won't be issued a caution there. Surprised, thought he might be, since Mwanga had been behind him. But as it is, free kick for the Rowdies. So we heard those 5 stoppage minutes. that will be added here in about 8 seconds. Much of that probably because of the injury of Delbridge. The Rowdies were whistled for a foul there. Joe Cole. And then as the signal's been given, 5 minutes. Joe Cole now issued a yellow card for walking with the ball away.
And I think he'll take that. Every second counts here.
Long switch to Hopino. Hopino trying to go in. He'll play it towards the back post. Collins looks to head it away. McMahon's second ball, and Joe Cole will get to it. Cole will look to get it up to Mwanga. Danny Mwanga trying to hold it and able to shield off the players and keep possession. Danny Mwanga, nice job. And he had it. They were out with Juan Guerra, but the Rowdies will take the free kick. And they'll settle it down for just a moment. And Sweat will look to take this. And now he'll give it to Neil Collins. Collins looks to play it upfield. McMahon is racing back. Rowdies and Cole force him to go backwards again.
I would have liked to have seen Georgi Ristov move up on that free kick. I don't like just lobbing the ball over and giving possession right back to Cincinnati.
Tam is there for the header. Clear. It'll be a throw in Cincinnati, and they need to watch that quickly. A couple of step overs. Darnell King sent it over the sideline. Scheduled for 5 extra minutes. Ball played towards the back post. Collins wins the header. Georgi Ristov will win to it first, and he'll try and push it around McMahon. He does. McMahon shields his body. A good job, runs out and gets to it first. Now McMahon looks to go across the field.
Got to get up there, not just fall asleep, Georgie, after losing possession there. Got to stay with it.
Now Coley throws an elbow up, and he's whistled for the foul, and free kick will go the way of the Rowdies.
Be smart here, and that's a good play. Get a couple more ticks off the clock as Matt Pickens walks up to take this free kick.
Pickens waves everyone forward. He's outside his area. Looking for Georgie. Georgie heads it on. Mwanga into the corner. He's being marked, but he gets it back to Georgie. Georgie and Ben Sweat now. Sweat. Collins doesn't want it there. He'll just send it up, and now Joe Cole is onside. Hildebrandt is outside the area. He's just going to step over. Now he's able to pick it up. Cole was in. Hildebrandt jumped up. Ball rolled past him, and since it came off the Rowdies, he was able to pick that one up. Ben Sweat with a nice header win. Second ball, but now comes to Cincinnati. Final couple minutes. We're scheduled for 5. Sweat chest it down, and now he'll have to go into a tackle, and now he'll be called for a handball. Ben Sweat whistled for a handball as he came in. He didn't have good control on the first one and may have got stepped on at some point, but he's just staying down to let the team settle behind him. But it's a dangerous opportunity for Cincinnati. As you can see, the ball's pushed in, and there does it go. That second it did go down off him. Sweat came in on the tackle. So this is Okoli. The line being at 19 yards, so we'll say he's 29 yards out. 3-man wall. Okoli oversets it. Smoke bombs going off from the Cincinnati fans. Final minute of extra time. Line being held at 18. Shot will be coming up here, almost guaranteed. Here's Okoli, and he'll go around, and it's wide of the net. Pickens had the near post covered. Okoli tried to curl it around. And now we're in the final minute as John Harks seeing the time tick away from FC Cincinnati. Ah, the sweet smell of sulfur. There's the wall set up, and Okoli had no chance going around that wall.
Yeah, the funny thing is there's only 5 fans from Cincinnati here, so it's really no surprise who the culprits are.
And that smoke bomb. Joe Cole will win it, and Cole is taken down. McMahon will issue a yellow card. But right now, the Rowdies will take that as time continues to tick off the clock. McMahon, a yellow card in the 95th minute, 90th plus 5. Cole is up and over the ball. Can't be long here, but at the Rowdies, if you're the Rowdies, you just maybe look to play it towards the corner or something. Cole doesn't have a lot of help though from anyone. No one's moving. This Cole already has a yellow card. That's a great ball by Joe Cole. Into Georgie. Georgie wants to sit on it in the corner, and he just plays it off of Cincinnati, and it'll be a throw-in for the Rowdies.
I think Wiedemann's kind of saying the way it bounced, it was very difficult to roll if it actually went into touch.
It did actually. Saw it move over the line. Now Cole, but what a great ball by Cole. You know, kind of the Rowdies should have been moving a little bit better for him. Now Mwanga with good possession to take it to the corner, and he takes it there long enough. And the Tampa Bay Rowdies will be moving on to the 4th round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, where they'll take on the Columbus Crew in 2 weeks. Columbus is your defending runner-up of MLS, and the Rowdies will be visiting them 2 weeks from now. Of course, we'll have action just 3 nights from now as they take on Ottawa. But right now, Heather Donnelly is with Stuart Campbell. Heather?
Coach, one goal ended up being enough to advance to the 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup. Your thoughts on your team's performance tonight?
Yeah, they done great. Their effort, the intensity. I've said it's tough playing a team from the league below because they've got nothing to lose. If they come here and lose, everybody says that was expected. We've won, now everybody will turn around and say that was expected. But these were a very good team. I made my players aware of that, and the longer the game went, the more they commit numbers forward. So yeah, delighted to be in the next round of the Open Cup, and it's about time we had a run in this competition.
Yeah, what would it mean to make a deep run in this tournament?
Yeah, definitely. I said we haven't done very well in this cup, and this is my 5th season here, so we've never had a great record, so I'm delighted to get a win and progress to the next round against a good MLS team.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
A very happy Stuart Campbell, guys.
Yeah. And of course, you should be on a win, and again against Columbus now. And Lee, just to what Stuart just said, I mean, look, Cincinnati coming in here from a league below, an expansion team, but nothing to lose. Well, guess what? The shoe's going to be on the other foot next game, in 2 weeks in this same cup.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to be easy for the Columbus Crew either, because the Columbus Crew are going to be very familiar with a lot of the players that are on this Tampa Bay Rowdies team that have come in and out of Major League Soccer, with the likes of Michael Nanshoff, Danny Mwanga, Michael Pickens in goal. So there are a lot of people down there, including Georgie Ristov, the goal scorer, and the game-winning goal, as Heather's with Georgie.
Yeah, guys, Georgie, you scored a great goal tonight. Some nifty footwork there in the box. Take me through that play from your perspective.
Well, it's interesting because right before the game, me and New were talking about it. I was ready for that run. I knew he's going to play the ball there, and it worked great, you know. But I think overall the whole team fought really good. We deserved to win, and again, it was tough because we just came back from Minnesota, 4 days ago, long travel, tough game, and I'm very glad we won that game.
Yeah, now you advance to the 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup. What would it mean to make a deep run in this tournament? I know you guys haven't had a whole lot of success in the Open Cup in the past, so what would it mean to go really far?
It's very important. We take every game serious. Every official game, we take it serious, and it's important for us to go as far as we can go. So we will do our best, and hopefully, we have a very good performance against a good team from MLS.
All right, thanks, Georgie. Guys.
Thank you, Heather. And on that Columbus Crew, and that Eastern Conference in MLS right now is so compact. They might be 9th out of 10 teams right now, but at 14 points, they're only 6 points out of first place, and they have a game in hand. So a couple of wins, and they're probably top 3 in the East right now.
And what I really like about the timing of this, too, for the Rowdies is that it happens in that week after the season between the spring and the fall. So it's a very important game in that break, and it really can help to carry over right over to the fall season, as you do see that the Rowdies' shots, Cincinnati did come along in that second half and really did put a lot on their Pickens, but some didn't really hit the target. But overall, the only thing that really matters, Mike, isn't it, is that top score in red in 1-0.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of those shots were, from the distance. And, deflections happen to go, and Matt Pickens able to block a couple as well. So, you get into this entire avenue of how the game went. Since they may have got it, but the Rowdies with that 1-goal lead kind of let that happen, but certainly as they let the play go to them. And Cincinnati, to all their credit, in their first year doing very well, but on the short end of it tonight, and the Rowdies will be 2 weeks from tonight into the Columbus Crew's home. And where you see it, Georgie Ristov at the 11th minute got the goal. And 1-0 in 11 minutes. And I do believe, Georgie Ristov on the great finish, but it came from a great ball from Neil Collins. Right now, Heather Donnelly is with Neil Collins.
Neil, you got the assist tonight. We heard about the play from Georgie. We just talked to him a few minutes ago, but let's hear it from your side. What did that play look like to you?
Yeah, I think first things first, Georgie's been fantastic the last 2 games, and we spoke about that move, and me and him particularly spoke about it tonight before the game, and it came off really well. But for that to happen, Georgie's got to do all the hard work, and he's done that, and that's gave us a platform to go on and produce a very good performance. The thing is, in the cups, it's just about getting through to the next rounds.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this U.S. Open Cup, with this being your first time playing in it?
I'm very keen to do well in it. My experience is that if you take it seriously early on, you can quite quickly find yourself in the late stages and you get to play in some big games. So we've got a game against an MLS side, which will be really exciting and a great test for us.
Thanks, Neil. The Rowdies taking the Open Cup very seriously, guys.
It sounds good, and again, as they get that chance against Columbus as it goes. So the Rowdies get a 1-0 victory here in the 3rd round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. As they eliminate Cincinnati, they will travel to Columbus next. And for the Rowdies fans that made their way here to downtown St. Petersburg on a Wednesday night, they can do it this Saturday too. Make sure you check out rowdiesoccer.com for all the latest on that. But a Georgie Ristov 11th minute goal gives the Rowdies a 1-0 victory over FC Cincinnati. For Heather Donnelly down on the sideline, for Lee Godfrey, I'm Mike Pepper. Good night, everyone.